Now, I know that some of you will be shocked when I admit that I experienced empathy when reading this. To be honest, I was a little bit shocked myself. However, while browsing the internet, I came across this article, and it shows Bella Ramsay from The Last of Us TV show and how she broke down because the criticism that she is getting from people is that they don't like her acting because of her face. And it is kind of emotional, devastating, not gonna lie, to go on the internet and see millions of people that maybe they're actually being honest, not just mean, and they're telling you that, yeah, your face sucks. I mean, any other person in that situation would probably experience a little bit of an emotional turmoil, right? But what I did notice is that society blames the honest people. The people that are watching a movie and they're asked to comment on it, and they're basically saying, look, I don't enjoy it. Why? Don't like her face. They're not lying. They're not trying to be mean. They're basically telling you why they're not enjoying, right? And our society is putting the blame on those men. And women, by the way, because that's another thing. No one talks about the women that also feel the same way. I see it on various forums, various Discords and Reddits, women expressing the exact same sentiment. And so, before addressing who's to blame, let's look at an alternative universe scenario. Let's say that I'm a producer and I want to film an MMA fight. And so I go out there and I get a random guy, just your typical average 18-year-old. Not too strong, but not too weak. A perfectly healthy and fit adult male. And I tell him, yeah, I'm going to give you $5 million. And all you have to do is to get in a fight. Like, that's okay. You can train. You can practice. You don't have to worry about it because at the end, you're just your average guy. You're just like a normal person. The way you fight is just perfect. Like, the way you're going to present yourself is okay. As long as you go there and you do your best, everyone is going to cheer. And you get $5 million. And so the guy goes out, he trains, does his best. And then I put him in the ring with Mike Tyson in his prime. And Mike Tyson just completely demolishes that guy. Mike Tyson just wipes the floor with him. And the people in the audience, the women in the front row, they're making fun of him. They're calling him a wuss. They're calling him a coward because after round one, he's terrified of Mike Tyson. He just keeps running around the ring, doesn't throw a single punch. He's absolutely scared. He's out of his depth, out of his league. And the entire audience keeps mocking him, right? Calls him a pussy. Is attacking him. And my question is, who's the bad guy in this situation? The answer is me. Why on earth would I put someone that's average, not too strong, not too weak, the average guy. The average guy that I take off the street. Why would I ever consider putting him in the ring with Mike Tyson if not just to humiliate him so I can make money? And if people understand that I'm the bad guy in that situation, why can't they understand that the Hollywood producers are the actual monsters in this scenario as well? Look at the history of Hollywood. From the previous decade and before. Look at other countries that are making movies. Look at China, look at Japan, look at South Korea, look at Bollywood. When they're casting someone, they cast the epitome of beauty. They used to call that a star. They're not casting average people. They're looking through the entire nation of 350 million people and they're casting the most beautiful person that they can find when they're doing an action movie or when they're trying to present something of romance, because they know that the people in the country are going to not want to see anything else but perfection. Why? Because they're paying money for it. It's supposed to be entertainment. It's not there so you can get a life lesson. It's not there so you can see how the average women look. No, it's there so that you can see exception, because it's asking you to pay money for it. If I want to see average people, I just go outside and I get to see them for free. I already know how the lady at the liquor store looks like. I already know how the cashier at the McDonald's looks like. I don't need to pay money so I can go into a cinema and see this leftist trend of representation. So yeah, like the people that are casting actresses, knowing that they are not supermodels, they are putting these actresses in front of the mob. The mob is not rational. You cannot reason with the mob. You cannot talk with the mob. You just want the mob's money. And the mob is going to be brutally honest, and they're going to say, well, this was not entertaining. Now, they like to blame men for this, but I guarantee to you, if you were to make the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey, and you are going to cast me instead of Christian Grey, it's immersion breaking. All the women in the audience, all the middle-aged women are going to walk out and they're going to call me fat, they're going to call me ugly. Because the script wouldn't make sense, right? Like Christian Grey is supposed to be this absolutely jaw-dropping, handsome man. He's supposed to cause various feelings in the women in the audience, right? Like they're supposed to experience various emotions. If I go there, I don't look the part. And so, I also blame the makeup team. Like, I'm looking at the way Bella Ramsay is portrayed. And in a lot of the scenes, it's as if the makeup team is doing it on purpose. Like, I think that they're absolutely trying to rage bait the audience, like, making her look as unpresentable as possible and casting her in various scenes that just don't fit her part, Imagine if you get Tyrion Lannister to play in Twilight, and he's the vampire, and he's supposed to be the one that women fall in love with. It would look ridiculous, wouldn't it, right? Like, it doesn't look the part. I'm not saying that this lady doesn't act, or, like when she played that Mormont girl in Game of Thrones, it wasn't a good gig for her. Of course it was, right? But when you're trying to create romance, when you're trying to create intrigue, like, I'm sorry, if you cast Romeo and Juliet and Romeo looks like me, no one is going to actually get into it. No one is actually going to feel immersed into that play. And the reason it's happening is intentional. It's not that they just happen to cast this actress. They're going out of their way in order to push the idea of inclusivity, like the idea that anyone can be a star. The answer is no. No, they can't. Not everyone can be a rock star. Not everyone can be a professional basketball player. Not everyone can be a grand chess master. Like, I'm sorry, reality is cruel. Not everyone is born to reach perfection. And so if you want to do some romance, if you want to create some emotion, you need to hire some of the best looking actors. This lady, okay, maybe she's good at other types of movies, like Game of Thrones, drama, comedy, other things, sure. But if you want to show romance on the big screen and you want the audience to actually resonate with that, well, she's going to get criticism. And you know that, and you put her in that position, and I think you're the monster, not the audience. Because the audience is just brutally honest. Like, you have millions of people. Not all of them are lying, not all of them are mean. Men and women of various ages all saying the same thing, to the point where this actress is breaking down in tears. Hopefully, this type of absolutely cruel ideology, where you put, average men with Mike Tyson in the ring, or you cast women in positions that should be filled by supermodels and stars, is going to come to an end. Because it is absolutely brutal. It just drives outrage culture. It's just supposed to give marketing by people making fun of her. And by making fun of her, she is trending on Twitter. I don't like this type of entertainment. I think it's barbaric, and I think it's cruel. And as I mentioned earlier, I hope it will stop soon. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.